Since the beginning of the deadly war in November 2020, hundreds of thousands of Tigrayans have had their properties ransacked, been driven out of their homes due to mass killings, ethnic cleansing, and systematic sexual abuses inflicted on them by the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, their Eritrean allies, as well as the Amhara Special Forces and the Fano vigilante group. Millions of Tigrayans had to flee on foot and found themselves in IDP camps or other shelters. Yet thousands of others were unable to escape, dying in thousands on the road.
On the road from Humara to Takaza, the sides of the road were covered with dead bodies. At least 50 people have died, especially young people. The enemies would drag them aside, claiming they were armed, and we couldn't do anything about it, while they took our sons and brothers. There was a man named Mr. Gabrat who was traveling with us along with his son. Then the enemies took his son and killed him in front of us. The elderly father didn't say anything. He had to quietly come along with us, as if nothing happened.
Mass displacement of Tigrayans from their homes has created a community of people that desperately look for food, medicine, and other sorts of help from aid groups. And since the beginning of the siege 9 months ago, that resulted in a complete blockade of humanitarian aid, IDPs who fortunately escaped the gruesome killings and lost or were separated from loved ones are being forced to endure other sufferings.
The main problem we are facing here is lack of food.
We used to eat once a day before, but now even that is gone.
Some people have resorted to begging on the streets. Unaccompanied and separated children have went back to their home, alone in search of food, which are currently missing.
Lack of food, lack of soap and water, overcrowded sleeping rooms with no clean and adequate sanitation available, and poor health care are just a few of the multifaceted problems IDPs face in camps. Unable to bear with the starvation, many have sold what little they had of their belonging in exchange for food.
Our children are starving here. There are no sleeping beds. Even those who had one have sold them in exchange for food. There is no medicine. There are people with diabetes, HIV, and cancer. They are really suffering.
There is no food for infants. There is no soap, no oil, no sanitary pads, and due to lack of hair oil, 250 children have gotten rashes on their scalps.
Women and children are the most vulnerable of internally displaced people. Burtukan, a nurse who had also fled her hometown of Humara, feels the IDPs are not getting the attention they need. According to her, women who sustained such abuses have no chance to receive the adequate medical attention they need. She also added that due to the lack of food that the siege has created, many women were forced to look for odd jobs to make ends meet.
There are women who came here after being sexually abused. Some have delivered and some others have underwent abortion. These women are not getting the help that they need, like psychological support. Due to lack of food and other basics, women have resorted to looking for odd jobs at bars and other unwanted places. These women have went through so much already due to what has happened, and I hope they are paid more attention.
Children are also either going out to beg for food or are looking for jobs. Fiori is a 14-year-old girl from Satit Humara. She was separated from her mother while attempting to escape. She lived under the care of a man that was willing to let her stay with his family. She reunited with her mother in Maqala. Now Fiori is looking for a job so that she can provide something to eat for her mother and her little brother.
A woman offered me a job as a waitress. At first, I took it happily, but later she required me to look after the restaurant at night. I don't like sleeping alone in the restaurant, so I declined.
With the humanitarian truce declared close to a couple of weeks now, IDP camps such as this one are yet to see the aid promised to them.